Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But I'll come back to you. Break stride, I'm sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks alike. Hope y'all are doing well tonight. I need to probably lower my mic. No. If anything, I need to probably gain it up a little bit so I'm not like... I don't have to talk loud. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I think that's fine. You know what? I think this is fine. I could talk at this level. I think that's fine. Is my screen on the other thing frozen? Or am I just behind? I think it's frozen. I'm looking at my preview thing. Or not really a preview thing. Because I can see my OBS stuff just normal. But like my preview screen... or like the pre-show thing, which is on the side. It doesn't matter. I just had to refresh the page. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. I almost said the chaotic good again. Weird shit going on. I don't need this right now. Because a lot of weird shit's happened today, and I'll get into that in a second, in a bit. I'll get to it. But if you want to watch this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/MeltedLyricOriginal. Just all one word, Melted Lyric Original. Where not only can you watch the stream, you can interact in the chat, you can change how the show goes, but also you can watch it happen live, unedited, and you can watch the after show, which is just basically off the book stuff. And once it's gone off of Twitch at the 2 weeks, which you can still watch it on Twitch for up to 2 weeks. But once it's gone, it's gone. But the edited episodes are on YouTube and on Spotify. But also on Spotify, you can watch Midnight Ramen, the radio show, which is what I used to do. Well, this basically when I used to do it as a radio show in college. It's a lot cleaner. There's a playlist that goes along with it. The reason that it is on Spotify is because the playlist works great with it. Because like I have it like in the link in the description. So you can basically listen along with it as well. And yeah. And actually, I should be on my own case to get it to start working on them, because like sooner or later it's going to be busy at work, and I don't have a whole ton of time to really get to work on them. And especially since later on in the shows I actually like, talk more and not do the station. I mean, I still do the station calls when I had to every like 15 minutes, but I had to like, I trimmed it down just to like a couple items. I think at the end of like the spring semester of last year, I think I kind of did that, but I didn't like refine it as well as I did like once COVID took over. And that's a big thing about like the second half of shows, which there's more episodes because, COVID and fucking COVID and do its shit. There's going to be more of them. And I think the quality isn't too bad in them. I'm not, whatever. Good night, I'm sleeping with... No, you're not. You're not sleeping with my mom. My dog is. My dog is the only one that's doing it. And my preview screen on Twitch manager froze. I'm not paying attention to it anymore. The session's still saying it's going, so I'm not going to pay attention to it. What am I? Why would you care? Why would you guys care? But anyways, I haven't started working on them, but I know when I worked on them, and especially like the last episode. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last episode, or depending on what it was. I think last one was like A Simple Life. You know, I can look it up. I got to make sure that I don't like oopsie doopsie on my Spotify, so I'm gonna like mute the desktop audio because I don't want to fuck that up. But I think the last episode, if I can recall correctly, where is my shows? I should have them like ready to go. Spring Break. Okay, so yeah. Okay, the one before it was The Simple Life, but like the event that happened like right at spring break, you know, other than COVID, but like the life event that happened right after, or for me, that happened like a week after spring break, or a week, the end of spring break on St. Patrick's Day, was that my grandpa passed away. And because of COVID, and honestly, it was in a way kind of a blessing, kind of a, you know, bad thing. But one, it meant that because he wanted to get cremated, and that was like his wish. And he never told his wife. He never told them. I don't think he did, but he wanted to be cremated. And we did her too, because man, burying someone is expensive, but also, man, it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to getting a whole casket and everything, blah 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 blah. But also, it's like, yeah. But also because of COVID, we couldn't hold a funeral. But before then, and we talked with my grandpa time and time again. I remember like the week before when I was down for spring break, like going over the music of what he wanted to do, because he was in hospice. He knew he was going to go. He just didn't know exactly when, but he knew that he was going. So we were like trying to come up with music and what we wanted to do, because he knew like my dad and his kids, and even some of the other grandkids like have, you know, musical talent, and he wanted us to use that. And he was a big proponent, he couldn't go to a whole ton of shows, but the last big show that he was able to see, because of conditions and things like that, was when my sister did Big Fish. And kind of fitting, real like thematically fitting. If you don't like, I'm not gonna get into like all Big Fish. It's kind of like, all these grand tales that the father like this dad talks about, like very tall tales, like, oh, there's giants and witches and fish and werewolves and shit like that, and all that like fantasy stuff. And his son is like, okay, you've been telling these stories since I was a kid. There is definitely not a lot of merit to it, but he's like, basically the whole play is about that and whatever. But then, spoiler, I guess, the father gets cancer and he dies. But the son then learns like, oh, it's about the story. It's about the stories that we made. And God damn it. This is not a sad episode. It's not a sad episode because, man, we don't have time to be sad. And it's okay to be sad, though. It is okay. But it's been a long time. It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. And we didn't really, I think we got to the point that we're like, well, it's kind of pointless to hold a funeral like a year or two after. We're just going to wait for his wife, my grandma, my dad's mom, to pass away, and then just hold a celebration of life or funeral for both of them, because like that just seems a lot more fitting. And she passed away crap, I know the exact day. It was like late June. And it was late June. It was on a Thursday. I think honestly it was like a month ago. Literally a month ago. I could probably look at my photos and know exactly when. More than a month ago. Yeah. More than a month ago. And we're actually 2. Technically more than 2. At this point. And it's a lot of planning and stuff like that. I was mainly in charge. I didn't get the set list, but I was mainly in charge of the music and getting the music to the. I'm in charge of getting the music to the people, making sure that it's all good. It's me, my sister, my cousin, and then getting the band together for the accompaniment and stuff like that. Because we need players, we need people that play instruments, and I think it'll go well. I mean, this is a Thursday, 2 days before it happens, but I am optimistic about it. We've been planning this for years, technically, but not really, but it's been really ramping up. And it's kind of good too, because on my dad's side, he has 5, including himself, 5 brothers, and especially when my grandpa when their dad passed away, there was been a divide, and it's kind of widened. But since my grandma passed, it's definitely more reconciliation and realizing that we have a lot of different ways of grieving, and that's okay. One of them just likes to work. That's just the way that he is. He's involved in his work. He doesn't like spending money, but that's just how he copes with it. Another one, he's been my grandma's caretaker for since in the COVID period. He was her caretaker and just held her at home, and he's done a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of things, and plus he's had other stuff happen in his life that's just it's tough, and he couldn't really bear to see it. But that's how it's been. And even one of the other brothers, that I'm not going to get too deep into detail and stuff like that, it's good to see everyone coming together in their own way and reconciling the differences, because we've had a lot of good family memories. I just remember, hell, even in 2019, I just remember that last Thanksgiving that we really had at one of my uncle's house, because we've always had it at his house for years and years and years and years and years. I just remember that very well, and because that's the time that I first had bacon, and I had to keep him at my grandma and grandpa's house, and he just hid behind one of the couches because he was young, and he was oh, all these new people. I'm scared of that. And he when we first got him, he was only 2, and it was enough for him to have to move from one house to another, but then go with said person to another house. It's oh, am I going to stay here now? It's jarring for an animal or pet to do that. But we got, but I think I just remember that very well. And then the Black Friday shopping that me and my sister did, I still have this gold, big gold Deadpool figurine that's very cool. I just remember that very well when visiting my grandpa in the hospital, because he was going through some tough times and things like that. And I even talked about it in some of the episodes before, some of the episodes of the radio show where medication stuff got fucked up, and he had a weird, I don't know what hallucination trip or something like that kind of basically bucked him off his chemo, And that was the thing that sealed this, sealed that he was going to die. And he held that shit up. Like, he held the cancer that he had off for a long time. Like, I remember being in like early high school, and he, like, 5 years, I think it was 5-6 years, I can't remember, but for the cancer that he had, he was given like barely a year. He lived for 6 5 6, I can't remember, and that's pretty damn good. But I think when all that like commotion, him not being there, my grandma was kind of losing it, like mentally, and it's like a thing that kind of runs in her family where I can't tell for like her brothers, but like her sisters were definitely had like memory problems later in life. Or like I do remember one of her sisters, like you could talk to them like in less than 2 minutes, they'd ask the exact same thing sometimes. And like and it's also like spotty because like she remembered one of her grandsons very, very well. But then other times she'd ask who her grandson was. It was so weird. And that's kind of how it was for my grandma too. Because like there were times where she mistook me for her husband, or like she mistook one of my uncles, or like one of her kids, to be her husband. It's like, what? Okay, it doesn't make sense, but I don't know. But yeah, but I still remember going in there a week before and knowing, and just like she was not like responsive or anything, and she was, off food. She wasn't eating, and she was just, her eyes were closed, but she had her like hands like folded, and she was like moving around just very, very lightly, but she had her hands folded, and I could tell like she was ready, but she was like at peace, if that's the best way to describe it. But yeah, it's kind of a relief that now we're getting this, something that we've been basically planning for over 5 years done. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that the day is coming like soon. A little nervous, but also at the same time, it's like, it's going to be good to see family again. Very good to see family again. But yeah, let's leave off that one because like, that's nice. On the opposite end, so I was supposed earlier today, I was supposed to go to a church band practice, for worship team, because I'm doing like triple duty, because I'm not only am I singing at the funeral and mixing the audio at the funeral, but I'm also doing Sunday worship service, and the next day, so I'm basically there again. So it's like shit. And when I was heading to practice, and I was gonna go get some food at Quick Trip in town, and to get to the intersection right before to get to Quick Trip, and someone pulls out of the intersection, but there's like already a car going through it, and they have an accident. But I just got up to the intersection, at the stop sign, and so I couldn't really react to it or whatever. But my car was stopped, and one of the cars that was spinning out hit my car and did some damage on my front driver's side. Not like enough to like make it impossible for me to drive, not at all, but it's just like significant cosmetic damage, I would say. It's like like the wheel stuff, it's close to the wheel, but not enough to say that I don't think it'll affect it. But like also I don't know. But at least like the blinker isn't really working. Like if I can't really drive it at night, I mean the side of the whatever still works. It's just not as good because it's like cracked and it's like kind of facing downward. But it could like if I had moved my car like moved it over to the side, I feel like it could have done more damage. But if I tried backing up, it would like he had enough momentum that if I even if I would have like reversed it a little bit, still would have gotten it, and I could have probably like slammed into the guy behind me. So, yeah, I don't know. But at least from what I got, I think the other people that were actually involved in the accident were okay, which, yeah, it's good that they're okay, and it was like, at an intersection rather than like in the road when they're already going, at the speed or whatever that they're supposed to be going at. They're accelerating, so they have less energy or less momentum, but still it sucks. So, but it was like, I'm like, God damn it! I was literally about to turn to go get some food at Quick Trip and go to practice, but no. It's like, gosh darn it. And so it's like, it's no fault of so the accident is no fault of my own. I was just a bystander that got caught in the crossfire, more or less. And so it's like, I hope they're fine and okay. And I think it'll be fine if I have to pay a little bit. That's all right. But I had nothing to do with it. And it makes me a little frustrated, too, because just peering behind the curtain here. So not only was I supposed to go to, like, church band practice, but I want to do something special because it'll probably happen next week. Or maybe for the 150, I'm going to do it on that one. You know what? I think that would be good for the 150 if I do. I'm thinking hard because this is 148. I'm not waiting 2 weeks to drink a Mountain Dew. By that time, it's too fucking late. So there's a new Mountain Dew at technically new. Technically. It's officially out at Taco Bell, this Baja Midnight. It's the new, like, staple flavor of Taco Bell because Baja Blast is everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once now, and that it's not too bad. I still think like the Taco Bell version is a lot better than the one I'm drinking right now. It sucks that it's warm, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I don't know. Excuse me. But what but I'm gonna try to record the exact thing live because the name says midnight. So like usually if I were to record like a Dew review, it would be like its own separate recording and day and stuff like that. I'd do some editing, which I'm going to do. I am going to do like an edit of it and put some memes and shit like that in there, but not now. But I want to do it because the name is Baja Midnight or Baja Blast Baja Midnight. I fucking don't know. I think it is fitting to do that, to drink it on the show. And it's purple. So like, where's my fucking money, Taco Bell? Where's my fucking money? You owe me. You named it Midnight. This is purple. This shit's purple. I've been doing Dew reviews for a long time, for a decent amount of time, that this Baja Midnight was not around. Wasn't even a baby thought. Like a thought in the company's mind. So don't tell me that it isn't. Where's my gosh darn money? I'll tell you this. I think, you know what? That's probably going to be part of the review too. It's like, I do this. I've done this show, hell, just Midnight Ramen, the live cast, long enough that I like, hey, it's been around for this long. Literally in the fucking name. In the fucking name. It says midnight. Where's my money? Show me my money. Could it be coincidence? Sure. Sure. Did someone see it? Probably fucking. But if they did, I'm watching you, PepsiCo. I'm not giving them any airtime. But yeah, so there's that. So I wanted to do that. But I'm totally fine from the car accident. Like, totally unscathed. I'm just more like peeved. I'm just more like, I'm not like angry, mad. I'm just like, son of a bitch, really? So now, like today, I have to do more things on top of like, it's like, man, I already have enough business I need to do. It's like, I don't want to add more car problem troubleshooting shit. So I got to call my insurance. I got to take it to the shop, make sure that the shop can do something, probably get a rental car. I don't fucking know. Probably should have a rental car because those repairs are not going to be a day thing. Are not going to be an oil change. No, sir. No, sir. I'm just like, really? Oh, I also need to get stuff out of my car if I do take it in. Oh gosh. Not because like it's anything. It's not more like I need it. I need it. Like I'm not gonna even say what's in there because like I shouldn't. But I don't like keep like super duper like life-saving stuff. Like I wouldn't keep like insulin in there if if I was diabetic. Well, first of all, why the fuck would I keep insulin in there? It's not refrigerated. Although I wonder if my like glove compartment could do that. Interesting. Good thought process. Good thought experiment. Probably not though. Like I keep sunglasses and yeah, I was like, I don't want to keep that all in there. Although my old car, I should probably get some stuff out of there because like, man, I'm going to be completely honest. We still have it and honestly, we shouldn't have it anymore. Like it can drive in town and that's it. I don't trust it driving out of town. Not to say that my Saturn Vue that I've had since like I was working at the TV station is bad, but I'm not saying it's in great condition because it's like it is not. It runs, but if I don't know how good it'll run. Anyways, I think it's time to open up some magic packs because I lost all my like thought process steam. And plus it's close enough to it, so I might as well just do it anyways and get it over with. So let's go over to some packs. I don't know why that's blue. It is too blue, but when I use... Oh, I know why, because the ceiling is a different color. I do like this camera stuff. It looks good, but this one I can't nail. Like, man, shit. No. You know what? This pack, that pack. So, I got this. I can't believe I got this box last week. I'm so surprised. Like, man, there's a lot of shit going on in the Magic community right now. Some of it's really good. Some of it sucks. Absolute dog shit. Like the Spider-Man stuff, it's like there's collector boosters that are like fucking like there's a 1 out of 1 Peter Parker that's gonna be like irradiated. So basically your whole fucking box, if you get it, or even the whole container, or whatever much, is going to have radiation. That's great. I don't want my cars to be irradiated. That's super cool. I don't want my cars to have a fucking half-life. Or to have a long half-life. Although I doubt that they would, have it be super long. But, like, why the fuck would you do that, Watsy? That just sounds so stupid. Anyways. And then Avatar's gonna get so fucked. So they have, like, special, like, list cards like they do in, what's it called? Like, I forget the word. Like they did in Final Fantasy, where it's like, oh, it's these special cards that you can sometimes get in a pack. You can only, like, the odds of getting one in a box, in a play booster box, you're basically only going to get one. But you're guaranteed to get 3 to 4 in a collector booster, which is absolute bullshit. It's like, and they're foil. It's like, so what reason is there to even open play boosters? Like, if you want to, like, get these cards that can be used in standard, I'm pretty sure. Whatever. I should get over it. First pack. Vault Guard Trooper. Caesarian Dirgecraft. Hemo Sympathetic Might. Oh, shit. All Fate Stalker. Ooh, Pain for All. That's nice. Pain for All is a nice card. It's a rare. It's a red. 2 in a red. Enchanted creature you control when this aura enters. Enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any other target. And when enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. It's pretty good. Foil is a dock worker drone. And the lands is a full art planes. That looks nice. Okay, pack 2. We got Honor. We got Halia, Ascendant Cadet. Scour for Scraps. Molecular Modifier. Oh, we got Sammy! Yeah, baby! Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. It's a mythic, 4 and a red-white. It's got double strike and vigilance, and spells you cast have affinity for artifacts, which is crazy. So they cost 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. 1 generic mana, so that's crazy good. And the foil is a galvanizing saw ship. That is a very good one. The last pack. Just get through some of these commons. I don't want to. We got the doggy. We got the Chrome Companion. Let's go. I love the Chrome Companion. We got Timeline Color. Cut Propulsion. A Seam Rip. Cerebral Download. And then a Biotech Specialist. It is a red and a green. When this creature enters, create a lander token. And then it explains what a lander token is. I'm not going to get into it. But whenever you sacrifice an artifact, this creature deals 2 damage to target opponent. Not bad. Actually isn't bad. Because that can go in a Brambles deck. Or the raccoon from Precon from Bloomborough. And then for the foil, we got a Mechanoza. It's a robot jellyfish. Sounds like a Limp Bizkit album. Like chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water. Robot jellyfish. I don't know. Nah. Hit the Fred Durst pose like, what? Hands up, the hands down. Tell me what it's all about. Yeah, I have like a couple of Limp Bizkit ones on I got Rollin', which I kind of just did. And then what's the other one? Break Stuff is on there for my workout playlist. I have a workout playlist. I think it's private, but let me actually check if it is private. But I'm adding more and more and more songs onto it. But as I'm adding on to it's 5 hours, and it started whenever I started working out, I had it at 4 hours, and it's got stuff like Everlong by Foo Fighters, as Even Flow by Pearl Jam, but it's got 3 songs by DMX. See, the problem though is they're explicit, and there's I can and will change them if I can find clean versions of it, because man, and the songs are also problematic in themselves. Where the Hood At are the ones that I got. Wait, I got Where the Hood At, Party Up, and Rough Riders Anthem. The reason that they're on there, and it kind of explains a lot, honestly, now that when I am talking about it. In my high school's weight room, those were on there. The clean versions were on there, but the messaging of the songs is very homophobic. It's ooh. And he probably might have killed Tupac. It's oh, or he's basically mentioning he might have killed Tupac. It's oh, okay. Maybe we're just gonna, yeah. But no, you're gonna tell me y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. You can't say that song is fucking a banger. It's problematic as or X Gonna Give It To You. I think that's on there. Did I not put that on there? Did I not put X Gonna Give It To You? I will be remorse if I don't have that song on there, honestly, because X Gonna Give It To You is his best song. No offense. It just is. Everyone knows it. But what else is on here? And I put some fucking anime shit on here because it's fuck. I put some Black Ops Zombies on here because especially the some of the last stuff I put on here legit are just anime shit. Got quite a few tracks from Childish Gambino, Eminem. Wait, what? Oh yeah, Till I Collapse. Oh yeah, that's a absolute weight room banger. Kryptonite. In my high school's weight room, there was a lot of ones that were you got on, they were starting to play as shit's about to happen, I think Thanks for the Memories was on there. I think I added that one. I put Squabble Up by Kendrick on there. I had to add Stir Fry by Migos. I love that one. It's so fun. A lot of rap and hip hop. Weirdly, I'm not a huge hip hop rap guy, but also at the same time, it's when I get a good rap hip hop song, I'm just shit, dog. Red Hot Chili Peppers, I have Give It Away on here. All the Small Things, Song 2 by Blur, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger by Daft Punk, not by Kanye. That's probably the one thing I will not put on there. Oh, but he made Graduation. No. Okay, it is not private. It is, you can listen to it now. But yeah, the DMX songs, I kind of want to change out if I can, because like I don't want to get caught lacking and have someone pick it up on listening to that one and they just hear him just blast the N-word with hard R. It's like it happens a bit, and it's just like, ooh, I do not want to get caught in a bad situation like that. It's like, or like my headphones decide to die and then music keeps playing. Nightmare situation. Oh, Higher Ground by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Oh gosh, I think it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers version. I actually kind of have to listen to it because like if that's the one that's on the Power Rangers, fuck, that gets me onto another tangent. So it gets me. So I like if I think that's the version that's on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie soundtrack, if I'm not mistaken. Let me actually, I gotta listen to it. So I'm gonna like, I think it is, cause like it's like a cover or something like that. And good, like I don't think you can hear it, so like I'm gonna like keep it far enough away and talk while I'm doing it. But I think this is definitely not the one that they do. Wait. Oh yeah, this is the one. Yeah, it's the one on. It is. It totally is. I can tell by the first lyric. The melted lyric, as one would say. Original. I'll just see myself out. I'll just see myself out. But no, oh my god, that skydiving scene. Like, so I'll talk about the movie itself because like I remember watching a documentary on like how they made it, because they made it all in Sydney, Australia. But they were also making the show at the same time. So like a lot of the episodes coming out alongside the shoot were kind of like low-key dog shit. Like just absolutely low-key dog shit. They just had to get them done. But then they would go to like film the actual movie itself. Oh man. Oh man. Real big. It sucks because like I think Trini died, and so did her actress. I can't remember, but also why am I forgetting his name? TRJ. I like Tommy died too. It's and his is especially sad because like especially like some of the love for Power Rangers, especially now. I don't know if it's because like, man, I liked it as a kid and I just get it randomly on my TikTok stuff. I don't know. I just hit like a weird like vein of Power Rangers stuff. But man, I fucking love Power Rangers. Like I can't tell you anything about the shows because like the last time I've like watched one was SPD, and I sure as shit was not following the plot. I sure as shit was not following the plot. But yeah. But the movie, I remember when I was in karate, just like watching the fight in the construction zone time and time and time and time and time again. It's like, yeah, you can't really do that in real life, but oh my gosh, that is like cinema. Like the using the fucking heat, the infrared or not the night vision. Oh wow, just the just the like, yeah, they're saying cheesy quips too, but it's like, oh, it's just so cool. So like the suits, oh my god. Like, there's a reason that movie was like a movie. Oh man, they put a shit ton of money into it too. But, oh man, I gush over I gush over that one. And like people are like, oh, why don't they promote like other ranger teams? because the most iconic one is the original, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like, yeah, you have Zeo, yeah, you have Turbo, yeah, you have the In Space Rangers. I don't know what technically they are. What comes after that? Wait, In Space, Lost Galaxy? No, they don't do Lost Galaxy. Fuck. Was it Lightspeed, Lost, Time Force, Wild Force? Fuck. Ninja Storm. What was after that one? Was that one followed then by SPD? I think that might be correct. And then SPD Mystic Force, which makes no sense. Which, like, okay. And then I think some fucking dinos, RPD, other things by the time Mystic Force was coming on, I was growing out of it. But goddamn, man, the fucking openers go too goddamn hard. Like, too fucking hard. I mean, Last Galaxy goes good. I mean, Lightspeed Rescue is pretty nice. I think I I think the one I heard the most and I think is most solid, I want to say Ninja Storm. I like that one. That one's good, but I'd say the one that's musically better, and I'm not even gonna I'm not counting the original one because that's cheating. And plus, like, that's literally, so that song was made entirely out of synths. Entirely. Except for the vocals, duh. But, like, all the instrumentation, synths. And that's not a bad thing, but, like, all of it is synths. Synths. Synthesizes. Oh, what was the joke? Fuck. There's a joke I thought of earlier that was like, my name is Giovanni Jojo, but everybody calls me Jojo. But it was not that. Gosh, it's gonna elude me and it sucks. And it's hilarious. Oh, man, it's like some long name, but everybody calls me Jojo. And it's like unrelated to JoJo. Man, it's eluding me and it's hilarious. Anyway, that's side tangent. But the Power Rangers, like, now that, like, they have a Fortnite season, like, I bought the battle pass, I bought the fucking skin whatever thing, or skin, the Ranger pack. So I'm like, I have to, and I could get it reasonably well with my V-Bucks that I had in my account that I have not played on since October of last year or so. Yeah. I think I might have hopped on, like, once just to, like, something. But then I just didn't play. Or just to have it update. I don't know what it was. But, like, oh, man. Man. I don't know. Maybe I might hop on it. Well, no, I actually have to do business afterwards. Shit. I love Power Rangers. Like, I think my favorite of the original OG crew, because Tommy's cheating and that's not fair, is Billy. Like, I liked Blue, and plus, like, I liked, like, he was a nerdy guy, but also, like, he was sick as shit. He kicked so much ass, and he was also, like, the leader, like, the Zordon character in, like, Neo. It was weird. I don't fucking know. I don't remember the story. The Zordon era goes from Mighty Morphin, Neo, Turbo, and then In Space. But, like, it's weird. I don't know. The post one is post Zordon era is pretty cool. Has some bangers. I'll just say it. I could not tell you anything about like the individual characters or the stories of the shows because fuck. Fuck. Like the most I know is like in SPD, the Blue Ranger, his dad was a Red Ranger and he's like kind of angsty, like he wants to be the Red Ranger, but he's not because he can't be it. He's not like fit to be the Red Ranger. But that season was also about cops, so ACAB, I don't know. But also their leader is is like a fucking dog. He literally got that dog in him. What can I say? What can I say? But man, I just like, and plus like some of the like I'm more probably in tune with like the comic stuff that's been going on, like the fight for the grid, like the evil Tommy. Like there's been multiple like long storylines and stuff like that going on with there. I follow like that more than I did the actual shows. Like, damn. Like that storyline, it's like a multiversal thing, and it's like it goes crazy hard. Cause like you got this evil Tommy that like beat the Rangers in like the initial when he was like cursed by Rita, but then he backstabs Rita, but then becomes somehow more evil. I don't know. Don't question it. But then he's like, oh, I'm going to take over my world and my universe and the multiverse. Don't know. And the morphing grid. By doing so. Which is like crazy. He comes like Lord. What does he call himself? I can't remember. Like Lord Zordon? No, that's not it. Starts with a Z. Or something like that. No, I don't remember. But like it's menacing. And then he like dies, but then he doesn't, but then he comes back, but then he gets killed again. It's crazy. And there's like also like this Rangers team. The reason that they're like the Power Rangers or like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like other teams are teenagers, at least in the Zordon whatever era, is because he had a Ranger team before in the 60s that were like full-fledged adults, and they went to the moon to like fight off some stuff like with Rita, Repulsa, and stuff like that, and they're the ones that like sealed her, but most of the team beefed it on the mission. They were on the moon and they all fucking died except for like one, and they all died brutally. It was like, maybe I should have had people that were, and Zorn's like, maybe I should have had people that were, I guess, teens. I don't fucking creative, more like able-bodied. I don't know what the fuck he was, why the reasoning, but it, like on paper it's weird, but there was like good reasoning towards it. Like they're more compatible. I don't know. I don't remember, but damn. And I think that also ties into like the plot of like the multiverse bullshit. Yeah. Man, I do love Power Rangers. God damn it. Fuck. Like I even I think even while we were doing like looking through pictures for the funeral, I know, I don't even think it's part of the like ones that we were like looking at, but it's in there. There's multiple times when I would go up to my cousin's house where we would have like Christmas and some other, things there, and we'd visit. My cousins had like Power Ranger costume suits, and we dress up in them all the fucking time. And they had like, muscles and shit like that. They're fake muscles. Man, that was fun. I know there's like an iconic picture of me, my younger cousin, and I think his brother was like too young at the time, but like we're holding up, we're full on Red Ranger suits. We're holding like weapons from the show. It's just like, man, Just like an iconic, family photo or, family picture. I do think about it from time to time. Did my camera just like go out of focus? The fuck? The fuck? Okay. Yeah, I mean, lots been going on. Honestly, I have no idea what I want to name this. I feel like the first half is a little too serious to name it anything funny, but the back half is literally just fucking Power Rangers. Oh my god, it would be so cool. Imagine just I wish Watsy would hear this out, Watsy. If any, I'll say this now, and I think it's probably been thrown in their direction, and I don't know if they can actually do it because it's not them. But if they were able to do a Power Ranger set, oh my god, that thing would go so fucking crazy. Holy fuck. Because you would have the Zords be like vehicles, but if they're crewed by certain Rangers, they have like a special effect. But if you have all 5 of them together, and if they could be crewed or not, then you would meld the Zords together, and it would create the Megazord. And it would be like have some cool effect and whatever if you crew it with 5 creatures. I would say 5 creatures because you don't want to have it be super specific. It can do things. Oh man, that would be so fucking sweet. Oh my god. That would be so cool. It's like kind of pulling an Exodia in Yu-Gi-Oh, but also at the same time, not like insta-win, but it would be so cool to pull that off, or something like that, or just have cool ranger weapons or stuff like that. You have artifacts and you have these big Zords of vehicles and stuff like that. It would be so cool. And now with the new rulings, they can have an attack as long as they have a thing in the corner, the bottom right corner. Yep. The bottom right corner that says power and defense, or what? I've been playing Magic for over 10 years. You'd think I would know. Power and toughness symbol in the bottom corner, then it can be a commander, which would be pretty freaking sweet. But that only includes for artifacts or for vehicles and spacecraft. But oh my god, it would go so freaking hard, man. It would go so tough. It would be so tough. Oh, but I think it's not their property. But if they were able to do it, let's just say it would be kind of crazy. People would go nuts over that. Just saying. Just saying. All right, I need to wrap this up. So, I'm going to take a sip. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/MeltaLurkOriginal. All one word. Where not only you can interact in the chat, but you can change how the show goes, and you can, change how shit happens and this and that, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why I'm blanking. But you can't watch it happen live unedited. You can watch the after show, which is basically off the records. But once it's gone off of Twitch for 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, it's gone. But the edited episodes are on YouTube as well as Spotify. But also on Spotify, because it's easy that way, you can listen to Midnight Ramen, the radio show, which is what I was doing in college as a radio show. It's cleaner. And it's got a playlist for each episode with the corresponding music tracks that I was playing on the episode or something akin to it, because there were definitely times that I couldn't get the exact track, or the one that I actually played was different. So yeah, there's that. Thank you to Grains for the use of the song "Used to It" off the the Call. They had a show. They were supposed to have a show last week, but it got canceled. I don't know why. I haven't really asked them, but like they were kind of scrambling. Like, oh, does any place need an opener or something like that? But they ended up doing like a live stream where they were performing some of their stuff, and I listened in on it, and it was nice. A good thing we didn't like. Me and my girlfriend were planning to go there, but it's crazy. Yeah. I have another story that I could tell, but it's like, I don't really know if I want to get into it. It's already late, but nah. It's not even like a big thing. It's like what I was doing that same day, or like on last week on Thursday with my girlfriend for her birthday. But yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that other stuff. But as I look at the time, it is not midnight here anymore, but it is midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, bye-bye.
Yeah, we're just